Let's get it off the mute button right. Good morning to you out there. Good morning to the grind, man. Another day, another chance, another new. I don't know about you, man. I don't know. But if he got up this morning, he gave us another chance to get up and get on it and get to what we want to do with our lives, man. That's the morning grind. I'm Kijana Owens, and what we're going to do every day, man, we're going to talk about the grindology. And this is Grindology101. So you're up this morning, you're up for a reason, you're up for a purpose. And that purpose is directly connected to your passion. You can't stop. You won't let it go. So let's keep it going. It's Friday, so we're going to get right on into it, man. We talk about encouraging, motivating, empowering, inspiring, and the will to decide that we want the best for ourselves. And we decide that we're going to give the best of ourselves to get that, right? So become a monster. Get what you want out of it. Nothing worse but the work. We see you right quick on the other side. Good morning to you. Let's get to the grind.
One of the things I tell young men, well, and young women as well, but the young men really need to hear this more, I think, is that you should be a monster. You know, because everyone says, well, you should be harmless, virtuous. You shouldn't do anyone any harm. You should sheath your competitive instinct. You shouldn't try to win. You know, you don't want to be too aggressive. You don't want to be too assertive. You want to take a back seat and all of that. It's like, no. Wrong. You should be a monster, an absolute monster, and then you should learn how to control it.
Being aggressive. That means you are ready to attack. As I always point out, this doesn't mean you walk around with your chest puffed out, ready to bang heads with everyone around you. It doesn't mean you confront people physically or mentally head on without a tactically superior plan. No. What it does mean is that you are going to get after it. You are going to move fast. You are going to think fast. You are going to outthink and outmaneuver the enemy. If I think the enemy is going to attack me, I'm going to attack them first. If I think they are going to seize a piece of terrain, I am going to be there waiting for them. If I think the enemy is going to flank me, too late, I'm already flanking them. I view aggression as a fire in your mind that says, I am going to win. I am going to battle, and I am going to fight, and I am going to use every tool I have to crush my enemy. And that is what aggression is to me. The unstoppable fighting spirit. The drive. The burning desire to achieve mission success using every possible tool, asset, and strategy and tactic to bring about victory. It is the will to win. And if that kind of internal, relentless aggression is your default mode, you will win.
You think that your competitors are better than you? There's somebody who's going to take your position. Turn up your game. Step up to the next level. Take practice more serious. Put more hours in. Put more time in. Challenge yourself to reach another level. Challenge yourself to beat your competitors. Challenge yourself to be a starter. Challenge yourself to win the championship. Your haters want you to fail. Write down. Make the decision that you won't give up. Make the decision that you won't give in. My why, it pushes me to another level. It pushes me to doing things that I didn't know I could do. It pushes me to be great. Greatness is not only talked about, it's about the work that you put in.
Welcome to the Jazz Zone. Allow the Jazz Zone to make your next event enjoyable and entertaining. The Jazz Zone is great for private parties, weddings, festivals, fundraisers, grand openings, and corporate affairs. Move up to the next level of entertaining with the Jazz Zone. Check out our website at jazzzone.net. That's JAZZZONE.net. Or call the Jazz Zone at 626-798-6848.
They're over there flying that flag. Who's flying that flag right there? Right. Good morning to you out there, man. Call that mojo. What do you want? Why are you doing why are you doing what you're doing? And if you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, why don't you know? What I mean by that is you do what you do, we do what we do. But it's got to have a motive of some kind of why, a little bit deeper than just why, or that's the treadmill of that's what they say we must do because I think that's what we should do, right? But when you ask yourself, well, why am I doing that? And my passion or my skill is to do this. I'm led to do that, but somewhere along the way, I told myself, because we can only tell ourselves what other people may say about ourselves if you're listening to what others say. So whatever we're dealing with says, this is the way to go. So we go that way. But in your mind, you say, you know what, I got an idea. And see, that's where the thing starts. I have an idea. I have a mind that says, you know, I could do a thing. And I learned how to take Kool-Aid and pour it on a card and make art out of it and sign it and call it a postcard. And they buy that. They do. That's a business. It's not very complicated. It's not really simple. It's really simple. It's not easy. It's truly not easy. But we do things that we naturally do well, but we don't quantify it by giving it a value to say this is a value to someone else. They're buying it anyway. I love making it. I love to deliver it. I do it well. That's a business. But then you got to do the work. See, then you got to do the work. It's easy to like a t-shirt or a theme, a good quote that you put on the hat. It sounds good, man. Drive and determination. Yeah, you make an acronym to it. Grind out all of the stuff. But what does it embody? What's the body of the quote, the saying? What's the work behind it? See, somebody had to print it out, use the Cricut. Somebody had to get it online. Somebody had to make sure it had the right art, it had the right content, right? And somebody had to do the work. So again, it's not the sign up, it's the sign in. And once you find out why are you doing it anyway, find out what you want to do and do that. And you find out, man, if it's about, other people, man, then you find out it's bigger than you. Let's keep on talking about it. They keep on talking about it because I believe that if you hear it the way you need to hear it, it'll change your life. What changed my life from years ago? Somebody had left a folder. I don't know. They left a folder sitting on the table. I picked the folder up, and in the folder were quotes. Helen Keller, Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King, Mahatma Gandhi. Amazing. Les Brown. I was introduced to people that were saying things that just resonated with me. It opened my mind to something different, that I could listen to somebody that was saying something different than what I had already heard, what I already knew, and where I already was. So when I continued to listen to that information, I continued to stay there. But as I began to read, and I began to allow myself to see where reading and where listening and where open-mindedness could take me, man, it just opened another door. And I began to shed some skin, just like growth. That's the only thing that happens is because I applied the principles. What it said, it changed my life. I can't remember who was it said an anonymous on a lot of Annan, and I was so lame. This is kind of ignorant moment right here. I didn't even know Annan, A-N-O-N. That was the signature behind some of the quotes, Annan. And I thought Annan was a person until someone told me that Annan stood for anonymous. You see, it's not what you know, it's that you're willing to learn. I mean, I was ignorant, but I was ignorance on fire, and I was tearing up this information. I was like, wow. Mahatma Gandhi, he said, man, so far, the world is so far removed from the way it ought to be that to think, to talk, to live the way it should could cause your demise. And that was Nietzsche. But Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change that you wish to see in the world. And that just made sense, because here it comes. I'm gonna come around with that. So be the change you wish to see in the world. That means that when you talk about they don't do it, you do it. When you say that they should, you should. When they say that you wish they would, you do it. That's what it means. You be the change, and the change will affect. That's what I know. So everywhere I go, somebody will say, there's another quote, live the way where people may speak ill of you, live the way where no one will believe it. So you got to have some character. And where it comes to is what difference would it make, what it was, and you're working on what it is. Let's keep on getting to it.
Number 28, Derek Redmond, Olympics in Barcelona, with the whole world watching him. Trained and prepared for this moment. Got down in the position and got ready to run. And he started running. Derek Redmond was running in the Olympics. Who would have ever thought that this black boy would make it to the Olympics? People there from all over the world, and his daddy was cheering him, and he was running. He ran the first lap. He did real good. He was coming around ahead of all of them. In the second lap, he was doing real good until he pulled his Achilles heel and he went down. And the crowd gasped. He went down. They were coming with the stretchers to get him. But he got up and he started hopping. He was hopping in pain. And it was kind of stupid because he had no chance of winning. They had already spun past him, and he was still hopping and crying because his daddy was watching, trying to make it around the turn. And his daddy came out there, and he got up under Dennis, and he was hopping. The race was over. Everybody else had gone through the finish line, and his daddy was pulling him along, saying, leave him alone. Leave him alone. Don't stop him. It's not about winning. It's about finishing. I taught my boy to finish. And I don't care if it takes all night. We're going to make it across the finish line. And I came to tell you this morning, I don't care if it takes all night. I don't care if I have to cry and crawl and groan. I'm going to cross. You may not come in first. You may not get a trophy. You may not be honored or recognized or even appreciated. But this is not about them. This is about you.
It's not about anybody else. It's about you. It's about the mirror. It's about what you want to do. It's about you gotta have. I believe that you have to get to a point where you say, no. I don't know. I just got to use sports as a kind of metaphor. If you ever been in sports, the tenacity. You know the drill. You lay down the lay down drill. Get up, ram, boom. Two men, they lay down. They got to come together. They got to hit that ram, and you got to have you got to have something about yourself, or you're just not gonna make it through. You're just not gonna get through, man. You just won't. So if you don't have it in you at the time, there's what's they cultivate. That's what the coach is for. That's what but you got to have something in you internally, or they quit, they fall off. And you see 100 people come out for the team. The team has 45 people on the team. So over 50% of the people won't make the team. So when you start like that, the mind says, you know what? It's two minds, where they might, I hope they hope they don't. And that kind of mentality, I hope they let me in. Or you got the one, man, I'm coming through. I'm you know what? They let me in the door. They let me have a chance. They gave me a chance. They said that if you, and I filled in from there. And if there's no ceiling after if you, ... See, they say, well, John, if you will, ... You're like, wait a minute. You telling me that if I, ... there's no ceiling to what I can achieve, what I could receive, where I could go to, what I could do in my life, how much I could earn, the impact I could make, the impact I could leave, the legacy I could build, the legacy that I could leave. And I have something in me that says, you know what? Man, it gave me a chance. And if you've been to a place where you didn't have a chance before, and you continue to pass over chances, we call that poor. POOR. Passing over opportunities repeatedly. Poor. It's a mindset. They said you were entered into an opportunity to come to a room, or you saw an opportunity to go back to school to get that degree, or they opened the door at your job for higher placement in your career, but they asked for a few requirements like submit a new resume. It could be as simple as that, or come to 2 workshops and you will be into a pool of those that are going to be able to be the new regional director, whatever it might be. But you don't show up. So you blame the company and you blame the thing. But see, the other person says, guess what? You know what? They said you got to be there for 2 classes. Oh, man, they're in trouble. Those are the ones. Those are always the ones. They sit in the front. They take the notes. And what we used to call it back in school, my wife tells me all the time I was a bully. I don't think so. I truly, I can't believe it, but I think I was a jock. I think I was a jock. I just, when you think back, she's amazing with making me reference that. But here's the deal with the whole, man, being able to be intent to what you want. Being intent and intentional. In high school, they did not. Man, it was good. It was a lot of talent, and we produced at John Muir High School, Pasadena, California. My alma mater, Pasadena U, Mustang U, right? Mustang. Man, let me tell you something. You get to put the best of yourself in. They said you wouldn't make it. I didn't think we had an amazing Stacey Alton. Man, he could do everything on the team. You could only have 12 on the team. We only had 9, and we condensed it to that. But in order to make the team, I had to transform from what I thought I would be to what the team needed me to be. And I said, you know what, I'm going to do it. So I had the high socks, the knee pads, the elbow, the headband, man, and you were not going to have a good game because I turned myself into defense and commitment because that's what the team needed. We won the CIF championship and everything. I'm digress, but what I'm saying is you must apply the work. I was smaller, couldn't score, didn't need to score, wanted to score, had to change. Same thing with everything you've ever done, man. If you transform the mindset to say, man, if they give me a chance, absolutely. Absolutely. We would love to collaborate. That's what it's all about. Please reach out. Let's make it happen. Absolutely. Got some contacts we can connect you with right away. Man, we out here absolutely to put ourselves in a position to say, man, if they give me an opportunity, I'm going to put the best for that I have. Fall, fail, doesn't matter because I'm coming back. You got to have that about yourself. You got to have that about who you are in everything you do. If you work at the dump, man, get in there. Man, you could have some clean gloves. I'll come in the dump. They'd be like, man, what? Yes. Because after a time, they said, well, can you run the dump? Yes, I can. But see, if you don't want to get in there and do the work, then who's going to respect that you came in the suit and tie if you don't want to get in down in the trench? That's where it happens at. Absolutely, man. It's going to be a great day. One of the keys to success is persistence. Nobody has achieved success without having tenacity and determination. Mr. Roscoe Lee Owens. Absolutely. Man, you know what? We're going to show a little bit more thanks to the partners in success. Thanks to those out there on the grind already, certified in the grindology. People said it is early, but it's not. It may be, 6:20 something here on the West Coast, but it's almost break time on the East Coast. So if you have it in you to get it, go on and get it. Go on and get it. Just go on and get it. Let's as we get going, I want to just share one more tip of the grind. And hope on this Friday, just go ahead and take this with you, right? The last little push, that last little Friday. You said you're going to accomplish some things this week. It came to it. I know the weekend, some things to do tomorrow. Tomorrow is the park and everything else. So before you go celebrate, discipline yourself to finish. I got to send a shout out to my father. Hey, there was no celebration without first dedication to the yard, right? Get the yard, then go have a good time. Learn me some real good principles in that, because that made me now, I got to get my project done before I go have fun. So my guys, my friends and all of that, and say, hey man, let's go hang out. I look at what I have to do, and I gauge what I can do based on what I need to do. Take that to the bank. When you get knocked up, get back up.
You get from being a loser, low self-esteem, doubt, and fear. And if you can find your way on this side, guys, it's sweeter on this side.
I came to realize it's that fear that's the worst of it. That's the real enemy. So, get up. Get out. You kick that bastard as hard as you can, right in the teeth.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
I need to tell you, no more TV, no more snacks, no more desserts, no more, no, we working out now. No more alcohol, not right now. No, I can't handle it right now. You need to tell you that you owe you something.
You show you how I fight?
If life knocks you down, try and land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. I will.
And if you could look up, you could get up. What kind of I'm trying to give you some demonstrative facial recognition here that you gotta have something in you. Man, you gotta have something in you that says, you know, the same two people. I love you could put this in any capacity, any metaphor you like yourself. But two people appear when a circumstance appears. So here's a situation. Whatever you come up with the situation: flat tire, accident, relational in a relationship, marital problem, whatever it might be. Whatever the situation is, two mindsets appear. One mindset has a fleet. One mindset has a fight. One mindset says, you know what, can't deal with it. One mindset, you know what, I got to deal with it. One mindset says, you know, I can't do it because. One mind says, I must do it because. But one mindset says, man, it's going to be hard. I think that's not going to work. One mindset says it's going to be hard. I need to apply more effort. One mindset says, man, that's going to be too early. One mind says, man, I got to get it. I got to get up even earlier. One mindset says, man, I need to get up and be there as earlier than everybody else. One mindset says, you know what, I'm not going to put all that into it because they don't pay me enough. See, both mindsets are equally available, just like lifestyle. It's the work, though. Both mindsets produce action. They produce energy. They bring energy. They attract energy. They attract people. You'll find the mindset that says they don't pay me enough. You'll find those at the water cooler. They'll accumulate, they'll kick it, they'll chill, they'll do those things. They'll do the common things. I'm telling you, you watch, you just take a assessment of your environment and pay attention to those that talk about problems and those that talk about solutions. And get a feel of which environment is best for you. I'll just ask you to try that. Try that. Just in your own circle. You don't even have to go anywhere. Just listen to the conversations you have. The one mindset that's concentrated on the situation is generally not where you want to be. The other mindset that's concentrated on solution is generally where you would like to be, at least on the trajectory towards where you want to be. Watch what I'm telling you. They got some kind of idea, some kind of concept, some kind of drive, some kind of hope, some kind of inspiration, some kind of vehicle, some kind of thought, some kind of something that they say this will change that. Those over here, and it's few. Now, these other ones, they're making you change. They don't know how the rule is. Man, they stuck to the news and everything other than finding a solution. So work on solutions to situations, connect with people that's working on solutions to situations, and focus on solutions over situations. It's Friday. As we get on out of here, again, I get to give the shout out that I really look forward to, through the show today. So we'll get back to it on next week. I got to get this word out about what's coming up. Moreno Valley, California, April 23rd, having a launch. I'm looking to connect with like-minded individuals, open-minded individuals about a powerful movement in the travel industry. Not the travel business. I'm talking about the business of travel. I would like to invite you, if you have the mindset for open-mindedness and looking at being in front of some very, 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 very serious opportunity to connect with some serious people, you go to successfromhome.online. It'll take you to Eventbrite. You register, you get some additional information, and we'll look forward to seeing you out there. We don't have a lot of space, so time is of the essence. So that's a save the date. Look forward to seeing you there. Look forward to connecting with you, and look forward to seeing you on the other side of the grind. Thank you this morning for being on. Man, just a shout out to my boys that helped me put this together. I look forward to seeing you on the 23rd. Check it out. Success loves speed. Operate in the spirit of success. See, we hear the information. We've heard the information from mostly, there's two people that tell you the same information. Again, it's always the same. There's a person that did not succeed with the same information. Mostly, the application was missing in the same information. Then there's another person with the same information that will tell you a phenomenal story of success with the same information. One says, man, they don't wear shoes over here. I'm out. I'm a shoe salesman. They don't even wear shoes. The other shoe salesman says, man, they don't wear shoes over here. Gives me all the shoes. This is the best opportunity I've ever seen. Two mindsets, same situation. How do you see it? I'm looking for those that see it, that they get to. Great info. Thank you, sir. Always, always, always. Have a good day. Succeed on purpose. April 23rd, Moreno Valley. If you're available, successfromhome.online. Register. We look forward to seeing you there. It's the other side of the grind. God bless. This has been the Grindology101 virtual podcast. I'm your guy, John Owens. Succeed on purpose. Success loves speed. See you on the other side of the grind.